My name is Barbara Bash, and I've been a member of this group for over 10 years. I was just remembering how this came about, that I was invited by Roger Tory Peterson to be part of a gathering of natural history writers and artists in his boyhood home of Jamestown, New York in 1994. At that gathering, I met a number of people who were nature writers and had been gathering in Glenbrook, New Hampshire, at a retreat center there for a long time. And when I went to the next Glenbrook gathering, I met Sarah Rabkin, and she invited me to come into this group. So it's become a community for me of like-minded souls who are interested in this very fresh form of illustrated journaling. I had found that with my children's books I was working in a very precise illustrated form, and I also at the same time was loving the sketchbooks that I would keep in researching these books. The freshness and the gestural quality and the just on-the-spot experience that was coming into these sketchbooks, I wanted to nurture that part of my expression. So being part of this group has done that. It's actually supported me into a shift in my work towards illustrated journaling, and I created a whole book called True Nature that was really a journal that I kept during the 4 seasons. It breaks down the sense of the artist as a solitary being. You often are being watched when you're drawing, painting, and it also breaks down that sense of isolation. So as an artist, I've taken my journal out into the world and shared it in surprising ways.
I live in the Willamette Valley of Oregon, and I have been keeping a journal pretty regularly for about 20 years. And I am part of this group for the opportunity to feel like I'm part of a community of artists. I'm very fortunate to be part of this group. It's been a wonderful opportunity. I've met a lot of people and I've learned a lot about myself.
I've been a journal keeper, member, or participated in this group since 1993. I love keeping a journal, an illustrated natural history journal, because it helps me look at things. When I'm out and about and landscapes knock my socks off, like this Utah landscape, I like to paint them. And it makes me happy.
I've kind of come into journaling through my art. I actually use my journals to do finished pieces of art. I found out about this beautiful group through Sandy Bell, and who's a good friend of mine, and we've shared little bespoke journaling stuff together, and now there's a much bigger family, so this is so cool. This is watercolor on Yupo, which is a polyethylene, very smooth surface, so the color just dries on top, and it's just glorious to be out in the sun and working in color and just be here.
I've been a journal keeper for many, many, many years, and I've been working in hand-bound journals that I make and bind and then fill. I live and work in Yellowstone National Park. I'm currently the Chief of Comprehensive Planning and Design for Yellowstone, and I use my art throughout the day in the work that I do and with the people that I work with. And I think that art is just one of the most important things for people to discover. I started out as a scientist, which included a lot of observation. Art teaches you how to explore your environment and aspects of yourself. I use art through difficult times and to just maintain a rhythm in my life. It's like drinking coffee in the morning. I get up and I need time in my journal and in my studio space, and I think art is very, very important to people. There's nothing like starting a journal and wondering where it will take you. My journals are actually part of a record for Yellowstone Park for the last 24 years. And many of the volumes that I have, and also the large paintings that I've produced, will go into the archives most likely for Yellowstone Park, because they do record climate change and aspects of the park, the 88 fires, things like that. Lots of changes. This is Zion's 100th anniversary, and we were fortunate enough to spend our journal gathering for 2009 in this incredible environment, and I wanted to capture aspects of it.
It was actually Barbara who invited me to our first meeting up in Sky Lake in Rosendale, New York. I enjoyed so much being with everyone and having the opportunity to paint together. I have been a visual journalist for actually about 30 years or so. I find for myself that it's a wonderful record of life's journey. This is a sample of the kind of work that I do daily, and this gives you kind of a feeling for what our Zion Ponderosa Ranch looked like.